Looking in the direction of Scarlet, he couldn't take his eyes off her and kept looking at the beautiful girl who had just arrived in the distance. This happened to be discovered by Anne, who was secretly in love with Steve, and this made her very sad that day. When Steve was in the toilet, a beautiful singing voice reached him. Suddenly the picture he had in mind played on the wall. Steve was very embarrassed and waved his hand vigorously to turn it off. Scarlet smiled brightly, nodded her head, and left. Steve could never have imagined that his first meeting with a goddess would end in such an embarrassing way. At night, Steve lay on his bed humming Scarlet's song, but he could not fall asleep the next day. Scarlet's apples were stuck when she was trying to get them out. Then Steve helped him to take apples out. After a brief introduction, Steve said, "You sang so beautifully that day. Haven't you ever thought of joining a national audition?" Scarlet said, "I've only been here for a short time, so I can't afford to buy such expensive tickets." "I got you a money," says Steve. She was so confused that she pinched the paper in her hand and tried to leave. He stopped her and said, "I'm serious. This is a leftover from my brother's death. I don't like to buy this kind of stuff. I don't need an imaginary pen, but your talent is real and there's no pen, so it's worth the money." After a bit of talk, she finally agreed. After the evening, he went back and found that the ticket had risen to 15 million, but he still bought it without hesitation and sent it to Scarlet, who received it and sent it back to him in the form of a 15 wenbon, which also captured her confidence. She sent a paper penguin to him